Hello. Hello, Instagram. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, you guys. It's really good to be here with you guys. I was hoping I wouldn't have to wear my glasses. That somehow I would be able... Hi, Parker Sadie. Thank God is right. Hi, Over. Back. KC. Hi, Erica. I really wanted to try to not wear my glasses. I wanted to be able to, hi Miley, see. We'll see if I can do it. Aloha. How are you guys doing? Hi from Turkey. It's good to be here with you. Hi, Paula. Hi, Abiza. Powerful Rachel. Just can't read that last part. Hello. Yay, I'm so happy you're here, Trisha. I love you, Power, Feminine Leading. Aloha, my friend, on the North Shore. Okay, why did I jump on? Hi, Netherlands. I'm coming for ya. I'll be there March. When am I going to be in the Netherlands? March 21st and 22nd? Can't remember. If you're around in Amsterdam, oh, the tickets are sold out. Shoot, sorry. We do have tickets left for Hamburg, Germany. And we have tickets for Dublin, Ireland. And we just opened up our last live in-person event in Sweden, Gothenburg, Sweden. So if you're in Sweden or Denmark, come see me on March 27th. I'm doing a book tour for the Divine Design. All right, we're giving in to the glasses. Where in Amsterdam? I'm going to be in... Oh, where is it? There's two different places. Each night is a different... it's a church, two different churches. I don't know if I'm going to come to Australia. I would like to. I really would like to go to Australia. I'd also like to go to Canada. Chest heaviness, palpitations for a couple of weeks. Is this anxiety or crazy energy? Both. Anxiety is crazy energy. Oh, you think these are pretty glasses? They annoy me. I don't like them. Oh, thank you. It's a church near Boulder Park. Thank you so much. I would love to go to Alaska. I'll see you in Hamburg. Yay. I am in London for 2 nights. They're sold out, the 19th and 20th, but there is a waiting list. Hi, Long Beach. I grew up in Hermosa Beach. Emotional eating is off the charts. Yeah, I mean, isn't there always a lot of energy going on? One of the things that I've been noticing, and I'll share a little bit about what I've been experiencing, in case you're experiencing it. How to stop worrying about money. Well, that's one thing that I've definitely been tapping into the last couple of weeks, is, man, there is a very strange shift in the energy of money on the planet. It's really weird. I don't know if you guys can feel it or not, but it's almost like there is a deeper grab for lack. This is on an energetic basis. I don't know, what they're saying on the news or what's going on like in the physical world with people's lives. I just know that on an energetic level on the globe, on the planet, we are definitely, there is definitely more of this energy of lack. Like we need to hold on to, we need to worry about, we need to think about in a way that may be more amplified for you, or more intensified. It can be something super subtle that you're not even recognizing, or it could be like shifts and changes in your life where you're noticing lack more, or you're noticing money more. Money seems to be coming to the surface for a lot of us to pay attention to and to look at, to recognize. One of the reasons for this is because we are going through what I always like to call a massive evolution in consciousness, we have to, this is an energetic world, this is an energetic experience. So I see everything in clouds. Clouds are sort of like the energies that we're in, right? And one of the things, the experience of going through an evolution as a collective consciousness from an external perspective, meaning we are standing in energies, is that we have to see what we are standing in. We have to see what we're standing in. It's very similar to your own internal journey, your own internal healing, right? Your own internal wholeness, coming back to wholeness. You have to actually see how you're living. You have to see what you believe and what you feel and what you think. You have to see it, right? You have to bring awareness to it. And we like to call that the shadow, right? It's like the shadow's hiding. Why do we call it the shadow? Because we're not bringing light to it. It's kind of behind the scenes and it's running our lives without us being aware of it. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just how we experience the physical world. And so there's this shadow in the external world. And this shadow we are living in. This shadow controls us. This shadow dictates how we view the world, how we interact with people. It's very seductive. The shadow is very subtle. It's very controlling. And there are systems in place like the government and religious systems and medical systems. There's so many systems that are in place that are parts of the shadow. I'm not saying the people in them are the shadow. I'm just saying as a collective energy, we are standing in shadows that we have to see. One of them is money. One of them is this deep, deep fear of not having money in order to be controlled by money. It's really, really interesting to start watching more and more. Paying attention to how we live in lack, right? How we are on this hamster wheel, right? Again, I'm not saying that this is a bad way to live. I'm just bringing awareness to what's going to continue to arise around money. This idea that we have to work really, really hard to survive, to make money, right? And that abundance is an energy. It's a frequency that's just here. It's extremely difficult frequency to live in my opinion. It's also very simple to live in when you start to tap into it. But I believe that loving yourself unconditionally and living in a state of abundance can be two of the most challenging things that we are practicing on a daily basis, right? And this idea of abundance is that it's an expansive state where you're always taken care of, and that's not an easy place to be in. How do you get on the wait list in London? You email me, you send us an email and we'll put you on the waiting list. But anyway, so that's one of the energies I'm recognizing is this lack. Okay, so we live in a polarized matrix. So where there is one thing, there will be an opposite. So where there is abundance, you will have the experience of lack. Where there is love, you will have the experience of fear, right? Where there is anger, you're going to have the experience of joy. This is the beauty of this third dimensional matrix, is that you will always have the opposites to experience. And so the matrix that we live in, this third dimensional matrix that we live in, is inverted. So what does it mean that a matrix that we live in, and first of all, what's a matrix, right? This like fancy word that everybody uses. A matrix is simply an energetic grid or an energetic web where energetic humans stand in to experience this energetic world that is an illusion. And the illusion is that this is permanent, that this physical reality is all there is, that how we live and are living our lives is absolute truth. And it's not. It's the illusion. It's the matrix. It's a game. But it's like this energetic web, right? Like this, and we're in it. We as in physical bodies, consciousness in the physical form. So we're consciousness, which is light, which is energy, and we are in a physical body, which is standing in an energetic matrix, an energetic world. Now this matrix is inverted. And what that means is that the natural state that we're designed to be in is actually inside the outer way in which we live. So if we were to flip, right, it's like you take this sweatshirt, okay? And we live looking at Hot Yoga Republic, right? And so we're looking out and this is the world we see. So we live in lack, we live in poverty, we live in suffering, we live in attachment, we live in permanence, we think everything's permanent, we live in suffering, we live in control, we live in disempowerment, we live in victimhood, we live in fear, right? There's all these ways that we live. Okay, so an inverted matrix means that the actual true state of living as an energetic human is inside this sweatshirt, which means it's inverted. So you have to literally take the sweatshirt and then you have to do this. You have to turn it inside out. And then you're actually experiencing, right? It's not the best analogy, metaphor. Then you're experiencing the natural state. Hi, Joey. It's so good to see you here. This is the natural state of being. So we are programmed to not feel. Invert that. We are designed to feel. We are programmed to follow the rules. Invert that. We are designed to follow ourselves. We are designed to blame other people or other things for what's happening. Invert that. Everything is our choice and our responsibility. We live in lack. Invert that. We live in abundance. We live as if we're trying to always control the world. Invert that. We're designed to live in a state of flow. Invert everything, turning my pajamas inside out. Invert everything that you have been programmed, how you've been programmed to live. Change your thoughts. Invert that. Thoughts can just be, right? Conditional love. Invert that. Unconditional love. Invert everything. Turn it inside out and you will see the actual way that we are designed to live. Resistance. We're always resisting things, trying to fix things. When you're trying to fix something, right? You're resisting it. Doesn't mean you don't choose new ways of being. Okay, it means that if you are resisting against what is because you don't like it, invert that. Invert it. When you start inverting the matrix, you're going to be very uncomfortable. When you start inverting the matrix, you're going to be asked to live in completely new ways. When you invert the matrix, you're going to start believing in energies that you can't see over the physical reality of somebody standing here telling you something. You invert everything, it becomes an energetic world. And now all of a sudden you're free falling into a space that you've never been in before. And you're doing it in a way that most humans aren't doing it around you right now. So this is the awareness that I encourage you to hold is this inverted matrix. You know, I think that as humanity continues to evolve into these new states of consciousness, new states of being, what you're basically doing is just coming back to the inverted way that we're designed to be. We're designed as consciousness to drop into the human body as consciousness and to feel everything. The body, this physical form, is designed to hold you, and it's designed to be able to navigate every single physical thing that happens. This physical body is designed to bump up against and feel everything. It's designed to be able to pull in energies, right? And translate them into emotions and thoughts and beliefs and behaviors and allow you to know as consciousness that you're free. You can experience all of it. There's nothing to run from. Why do we run from things? Why do we hide from things? Why do we not like certain feelings? Because we're told not to. That's the only reason. We're told not to. We're told we're not safe to do that. We're told we're not supposed to do that. We're told that's an imagination. We're told that we can't be these certain things. You can't be that when you grow up, right? We're told that we can't believe these certain things. We can't do these certain things. Don't cry. Don't get upset. We're programmed to be in this matrix. And it's not our parents' fault, because they were programmed and they were programmed and they were programmed. But the more that you start remembering the truth of what you know as consciousness, you know the truth of this matrix. You know the truth of this world. You know the truth of your beingness. It's not easy to get in. I was talking to my friend last night, and I said, think about this. This is fascinating, okay? Your consciousness. How do I know that? Well, watch a near-death experience video and you'll know that you're not physical, okay? Something leaves the body and looks down, and it's not a physical thing. Tell me what it is. Not physical, all right? You listen to a near-death experience video and you will know right away that we are not physical forms. It's quite obvious, right? Something leaves the body and has awareness of looking down at the physical form. That's consciousness, in my opinion. Call it spirit, light, energy, soul, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so this consciousness, I want you to imagine somebody, a friend of yours, a lover, a partner, even me, right? Just imagine somebody else, and they have a consciousness inside of them that is whole. Just like your consciousness is whole. It is complete. You have everything you need right here, right now, in this physical form. Now think about somebody, right? Your friend, your family member, your loved one, anybody, right? And if you think about, just bring your awareness to how they live their life. How they're trying to fix things, how they're afraid of things, how they have, and I'm the same way. I'm the exact same way. I'm not saying that I'm outside of this. I'm right there with everybody else. This is the human journey. But we have addictions. We have things that numb us. We're doing all of these things outside of us. Even if we come in a little bit to navigate, wait, what is inside here? What is me? What am I feeling? What is going on? What are my thoughts? There is still this deeper wholeness that's waiting for us. There's a deeper wholeness that's absolute wholeness right here, right now. That's consciousness that leaves the body when you die. That's complete. And so many of us are trying to navigate our way back into this, not even realizing all of the ways that we are living that is so absolutely separate from that wholeness, when this wholeness is here the whole time. So we're practicing all of these things like, oh, we live in an inverted matrix. What does that mean, right? Oh, I'm going to live in a more present state. What does that mean? It's all bringing you back to wholeness. And then think about this. Let's next level this one. Not only are you recognizing that you live in a matrix, then you're recognizing that it's an inverted matrix. Then you realize that there's a shadow of the external world you have to look at. Then you realize there's a shadow of the internal world you have to navigate in order to remind yourself that you're none of this. But then you have to stand in it all. You don't get to go anywhere and hide. Our evolution, our awakening process is standing in the densest shit that we could possibly stand in right now. We have to continuously be aware of these horrific things. The government's trying to kill us. There is a mass genocide happening on the planet right now. There is human trafficking that is so out of control, right? There is pedophilia in places that we would be shocked, right? We are being controlled and manipulated by fear. We are being held down. There are systems in place that are so corrupt. We have to continue to see all this and not run and not go anywhere. And these shadows in the external world are only going to get louder. And it's a reflection of what we need to turn inward and anchor within ourselves. Meaning, the more that we can go inward and become that consciousness that's whole, okay, you will not be rattled by what is being unraveled in the external world, and you won't run. So what does that mean? The more that you continue to stand in this crazy, beautiful, magical, what the fuck world that's unraveling, wrap your head around pedophilia in the most pronounced communities. The most famous people are doing this horrific pedophilia and sex trafficking, right? Wrap your head around that for a second. Now, you have to hold that while you simultaneously have to bring yourself into the physical body, feel everything you're going to feel, try not to numb out, try not to bitch and moan at other people, right? And divide and try to belittle, name call. Like, our states of being while we're navigating this is what is most important. And how do you figure out your states of being? How do you navigate all of this in a state of calm or a state of peace or a state of contentment? You have to continue to go inward, and you have to continue to look at yourself. You have to continue to investigate, what am I feeling right now? What am I feeling right now? What am I feeling right now? What am I thinking right now? What am I doing right now? And having the awareness that all of this isn't so that you can judge yourself more. And this isn't so that you can say what is right or wrong with you. Or this isn't for you to perfect yourself because you're perfect just the way you are. There is no perfectness. The imperfection is the perfectness. Welcome to the human journey. The exploration is realizing that everything is perfect the way it is, and all you're doing is waking up out of the illusion or dream that there has ever been anything wrong, that there is anything to even numb from, that there is nothing that you actually need to hide from or run from or change or fix. And the more that you start practicing that all the time, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I doing? Am I in my body? What does it mean to be in my body? The more you do that while you simultaneously stand and look at the absolute bullshit that's going on the planet, the more powerful you're going to become, the more sovereign you're going to become, the more empowered you're going to become, the more freedom you're going to feel. I hate to say this to you guys, but freedom is not a physical thing. Freedom is a state of mind. Freedom is our state of mind. And that doesn't mean that we don't make really powerful choices in order to remain in what we consider free, right? Doing what you need to do to make sure that you feel free in the world in some sense. But none of us are free. We all live in the illusion that we're free. Most of us. And so if you can let go of the attachment of trying to be free in the world and start paying attention to how you are still imprisoned in your own mind, that's going to lead you to true freedom. True freedom is being able to experience whatever you're experiencing and not change it. True freedom is being able to show kindness in a world that wants you to be in a divide. It's insane to me to watch somebody post a video, like my friend, right, Phil, who posted a video that triggered the fuck out of people. And it's just fascinating to me to watch. You want to know where the evolution of human consciousness is? Look at comments and posts. We are still incapable of being able to hold differing opinions. And that is a massively huge sign of where humanity is in a collective vibration and frequency. When we get upset with people for holding different opinions than ourselves, it is a finger pointing back to you so that you can navigate and investigate all of the ways that you are still judging yourself. All of the parts of you that you don't like, that you don't want to be a part of the stage. Because the more that you can surrender, accept, and be okay with every single part of you that shows up, and you're probably not even, I'm not saying you, whoever's watching this, but you in general, you're probably not even aware of the fact that you are ignoring aspects of you that you don't even like. And so that what we do in the world is we get upset with other people for doing videos that we don't agree with and that we think are ... right? And we create this larger divide instead of looking at what is happening inside of you physically. When you watch a video that triggers you, what is your knee-jerk reaction? This is where growth is. This is where introspection is. This is the evolution. This is it. When somebody puts up a video, this is just a really stupid example, but it's a powerful one because it really does show where humanity is in their evolution. I'm sorry, but we are not doing well. God bless us, but we're not. If we're still fighting in these comments as to who's right and who's wrong, who's crazy, who's not crazy, we are all on this battlefield together. We are all on this battle fucking field together. All of us. And we are all here to simultaneously continue to watch the shit show unravel and go inward. And go inward. And watch how we be in the world. And if we are continuing to perpetuate this very, very shadowy aspect of the matrix, which is called divide, and if they, the powers that be, whoever it is, can continue to create this divide amongst us as if it's okay. It's like we have this idea, there's an acceptance that if you continue to fight against each other, that's okay. I'm going to stand up for my truth. I'm going to stand up for my rights, not rights meaning but what I believe so firmly to be absolute truth. I'm going to challenge you. If you actually have a deep, deep truth and knowingness, you don't need to defend it by belittling someone else, by telling somebody else they're wrong. There's a humility that comes when you really start to anchor in your truths and your knowingnesses. There is such a power that can come when somebody does a video and you're like, or a post or whatever it is, or speaks out loud, I don't know, and they are saying things that are just not what you believe to be true, and you think they're doing ... Pay attention to how you want to defend your truth. I'm not saying that you don't defend your truth in terms of your rights as a human and what you know to be, like if you're going to go and stand in front of a school board, right, and speak your truth and things like that. I'm talking about when you literally go on someone's page or you walk up to somebody or you have a conversation and you are belittling them. You are name calling. You are creating this energetic divide. Pay attention, because the people that are doing that are being redirected back into themselves so that they can look at all of the ways that they are incapable of accepting the aspects of them that they don't like. Because when you are fully, fully present with yourself, when you are aware of how much you don't like yourself, all the ways that you can't stand certain aspects. And by the way, all of us have aspects we don't like. And if you tell me that you don't, I'm going to call bullshit on you. We all have aspects we can't stand about ourselves. We all wish we weren't certain ways, or we didn't think certain things or feel certain things. Welcome to the human journey. But if you can't allow those to be here, then you're going to continue to ignore them and deny them. And you are going to continue to project that ignorance and deniance of what you don't want to see about yourself on other people and how they're supposed to be, how you don't like how they're showing up. The more you allow all of you to just be, the more you allow other people to just be. You just do it. That's just what happens naturally. And until then, we will continue to see these really, really mean comments on people's posts that are just trying to show up and serve humanity. And they're on the battlefield with you. And we continue to create these divides. It is so sad. So think about this for a second. I want you to focus on this, or not. Don't do anything with this metaphor. I think it's a really powerful metaphor. So imagine that you are looking up at a stage, okay? Because this is truly how we are conditioned, all right? That you are looking up at on a stage, and you're watching all these aspects of you, okay, play out. The aspect of you that is unworthy, the aspect of you that needs attention from people in order to feel loved, the aspect of you that holds lack, the aspect of you that has a lot of fear around moving or something. I don't know. There's all kinds of aspects, right? The aspect that's insecure, the aspect that, I don't know. There's tons, right? So you're watching the stage and there's all these aspects popping up. The aspect of you that feels depressed every once in a while. The aspect of you that wants to control everything. Boop, here she comes. Boop, right? Okay, so here's how we're programmed to be. Here's how the matrix works. You are taught from a very young age that there are certain aspects that are allowed to be there, and there are certain aspects that are not allowed to be there. You are taught at a very early age to create certain aspects like control in order for you to navigate the world. So you allow control to really take the stage. Control is allowed to be there, right? Unworthiness is not allowed to be there. So you push unworthiness out. No, you cannot show up, right? Irritability, not allowed to be here. You push irritability out of the way, right? When you feel a lot of sadness, this aspect of sadness pops up on your stage. Oh, absolutely not. But joy pops up. Joy is allowed to be there, right? We are trying to be the orchestrators of a stage of characters that are not designed to be controlled. So there is a lot of efforting that we do all day long in order to control our stage. Okay? And then when we see other people doing things that we don't like, that we don't agree with, we start controlling their stage. No, you're not allowed to do that, but you're allowed to do that. You've now lost your mind. Now, you know how many people reached out to me to tell me that Phil lost his mind when I'm like, first of all, Phil didn't lose his mind. And who are you to tell me that he lost his mind? Like it's crazy to me that people, all that does is reflect back to me that there are aspects of you that need a lot more love. You need to look inside yourself. You need to go in. Can you sit quietly with yourself for a second? Pay attention to what's going on your stage. Stop trying to tell other people that they're crazy or that their stage needs to be cleaned up or these parts are allowed on their stage and those parts aren't allowed on their stage. You stop directing at other people's stages. If you don't like how someone's stage looks, leave the auditorium. Leave the auditorium. So we are not designed to control our stage. We're designed to learn how to allow every aspect that's on the stage to be. Think about your stage, you guys. Think about all day long what pops up in your stage. Anxiety, that's a part of your stage. Irritability, lack, no motivation, control, efforting, flow. Maybe there's an aspect, there's a flowness to your stage, right? And that pops in every once in a while. Presence pops in, is there, right? It's like the stage is full of experiences and aspects of you. And you as the observer are designed to just watch and feel. Now, feel into that for a moment. What happens when you stop trying to control your stage? What happens when you start just observing more and more? First of all, you're going to feel like you have lost your mind. You will feel like you have gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs crazy. Why? Because now you're on sensory overload. You're on sensory overload. And there's so much going on that you feel like there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. This is just you coming back into a state of wholeness. And wholeness means you're allowing for all of it to be. And then you pay attention. Oh my God, look at all the stories that I carry with this aspect. Look at all the stories that I hold with anger. Look at who triggers me. Look at when I have this conversation with my mom, look at the aspect that pops up and then how I go down this rabbit hole and I get caught up in these emotions. Yep, that's an aspect of the stage. The key is, first of all, you've got to start observing it. Observe, observe, observe. You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Feel it in your body. Fuck, this is uncomfortable. Yep, it's part of the stage. This is part of the stage. And then third, you start to recognize that it's not true. It's not true, meaning it's true, but it's not true. It's there, but it's only one thing that's there. It's just one part of the stage that's lighting up the stage, that's creating the entire play. And it doesn't feel good. So we use breath, or we use meditation, or we use talking to people, or we numb ourselves out. Why do you think so many humans, hundreds of millions of humans, numb themselves out? Because the aspects that are on the stage that aren't going anywhere, I don't care how often you try to push that character off the stage, it's part of the stage. It's not going anywhere. This idea that we have been programmed to believe, which is that when I heal certain aspects, they won't show up anymore. It's going to somehow move into wholeness and it won't impact me anymore. That's not necessarily true. And if you hold that idea, if you're attached to the idea of an aspect of you or an experience or a thought or an emotion to be healed and gone, you're going to be in a state of suffering because you're constantly going to be trying to get out of, fix, change, or heal something. The fastest way through is to dive so deeply in what you don't want to feel that it no longer has control over you. You're not trying to change it. Fuck it, bring it on. I'm going in. What does this feel like? Fuck, it's uncomfortable. Where is it? It's in my solar plexus. It's in my throat. Okay, keep going. Is it you? No, it's not me. What's it telling you? It's telling me the ... Is it allowed to be there? Fuck no, I don't want it there, but it's allowed to be here. And then the next thing you know, it's moved, meaning you've brought awareness to it and it's settling in a little bit more. It doesn't have the power. The more that you bring your focus and awareness to that which you don't want to bring your focus and awareness to, it loses its power. And then it just becomes part of the stage and it's like, oh fuck, there that is again. And you're not trying to get rid of it. Wholeness is not getting rid of any aspect of you. That's what wholeness is. That you've never been any of it. None of it. The more you can sit in silence. Can you just breathe in silence throughout your day? Can you let silence be a part of your experience at some point during your day? Can you feel so much all day long that you literally think there's something wrong with you? Can you feel your breath throughout your day? Can you recognize what pulls you out of feeling? Can you start to see when certain aspects of you pop in and grab the microphone and get really loud? Can you see when you're starting to numb? One of the things that I talk about a lot that I think is really, really important is the fact that you're here to walk into this new kind of human that we're designed to be, which is more of what I would say a multidimensional human, which means that you're juggling a lot of different realities. You're juggling a lot of different experiences and frequencies consciously. You're learning how to be in new states while you also stand in a physical world that may be in older or lower frequencies, different states. The whole human collective is not shifting at the same speed. So we're going to find ourselves standing in a world that we can't grasp, that doesn't make sense to us. And we're going to start to stand in that more and more. And we're going to have more and more of awareness of looking around like, what in the fuck am I in? What is this? Like, you're gonna pull your hair out, like literally not being able to understand what in God's green earth is happening. That's because your own state of awareness is shifting. And you actually aren't doing anything to do it. It's a natural process. Coming back into wholeness is a natural process. And every single time you are triggered, it is an opportunity to go back into you so that you can discover and explore all the aspects or all the layers, all the thin layers that are holding you back from remembering that you're whole, that there's nothing wrong with you. The more you think there's something wrong with someone else, the more you need to look at all of the aspects of you or all of the layers within you that are holding you back from accepting all of who you are. It's a harsh reality, and we don't like it because it feels good to be able to get out the unconscious frustrations we have around our own inner journey that we don't even realize we're doing on other people. You know? This is one of the most miraculous things a consciousness can do, is physically evolve the way we are doing, which is recognizing that everything that we have been programmed to do and be and think and feel is an illusion. And to wake up out of that while in the illusion. That's what you're doing. And no one's better than you. And you're not necessarily better than anyone else. We all have our hands up on the roller coaster like, what the fuck is this? And how am I going to choose to go through this? How am I going to choose to be on the roller coaster with everyone else? Or how am I going to choose to be on the battlefield with everyone else? Am I going to continue to perpetuate this energy of divide? Or am I going to courageously continue to look inward while I keep my eyes open looking out? Recognizing that the outward external world is going to continue to show me the shadow. And one of the pieces of the shadow is divide. This is not to say that we have to have the same opinions. Absolutely not. In fact, if anything, we get to watch all of the differing opinions. That's the beauty of the human experience, is all of the differing opinions, beliefs, truths, theories that people hold. And the hardest thing about awakening out of the illusion is allowing for humans to still be in the illusion. Allowing for that. That's the true master. Is taking such radical responsibility for yourself and who you are and how you show up. and feeling such deep humility for your own truths and your own opinions and your own beliefs, humility in it, that you don't need to argue and belittle and name call anybody. And you still hold your truths. You still stand up for what you think is right. And you continue to courageously say, show me more. Show me more. Nobody has, well, maybe people have on the planet, but the majority of us are nowhere near truly stepping into our highest potential. Not even close. We've got layers upon layers upon layers of awarenesses that need to be had. Pay attention to what's pulling you out of you. Pay attention to how you're not being kind or someone's not being kind to you. Kind just means being compassionate, opening your heart. And the more you do that for yourself, the easier it is to do it for someone else. You know? That's the gift. That's the journey. That's the balancing act. I think I'm done. Okay, just an FYI, FYI.com. Couple things. One, I want to do a Q&A. I want to do a Q&A with my book, The Divine Design, if you guys have read it. I want to do like a live Q&A at some point in the next month. Answer your questions. If you haven't read my book, go get my book, The Divine Design. It talks about the history of humanity, the history of Earth, and how we got to where we are and where we're going. If someone's unkind to you, understand that that it's a reflection of what they're ignoring within themselves. You know, when someone is unkind to me, it's not very often, but if somebody is unkind to me, it is simply a reflection that there is pain that they are holding, that they're in pain, that they're in some state of suffering. You know, we are not designed, again, it's an inverted matrix. We're designed to be able to have compassion, empathy. And I don't think that's easy. And I don't think that we're going to necessarily get to that state in our lifetime, perhaps. But it is what we are learning to practice, step into, and be in every single day. Anyway, my book, The Divine Design, you can get it on audiobook, which I recommend because reading the book can be a little bit challenging. It's a very complex book. Although I will say that the first couple of chapters are much more complex, and then it starts to get into like this Star Trek or science fiction kind of thing. Anyway, I want to do a Q&A and answer you guys' questions. There's so many questions around the book. Second, before I go, I'm doing a European book tour. A lot of you know that, a lot of you don't. So I'm going to Europe in March. I'm going to be a lot of the tickets are sold out. A lot of the events are sold out, but Dublin, Ireland on March 16th, the day before St. Patrick's Day. It's going to be so much fun. March 16th, Dublin, Ireland. And then London is sold out 2 nights. Amsterdam is sold out for 2 nights. But then we've got Hamburg, Germany on the 25th of March. That still has tickets. And then I just opened up today Gothenburg, Sweden. I'm probably butchering that. On March 27th. So Gothenburg, Sweden, March 27th. I just opened that up. And the tickets will go fast. So if you're in that area, I would love to meet you guys. Please come out. Please come out. I can't wait to meet you. Bring your books. I'll sign your books. Yeah. I just went and I went and finally bought my ticket to Ireland, and then I tried to get a hotel, and every hotel was sold out. I was like, oh shit, it's freaking St. Patrick's Day. Like, duh. I'd like to go to Europe or Australia in the fall. Hamburg, Germany is on March 25th. One night. Will I ever do one on the West Coast? Like, not going to Stockholm. Yes, thank you, Johan. What's West Coast, like California? Will there be a Dutch translation of the book on the event in Amsterdam? I don't think, we thought about having a translator, but I don't think we're going to. You know? Yeah, I would go to New Zealand if I came to Australia. I won't be in Belgrade, Serbia. Do I cover jealousy in the book? I actually talk about jealousy as a experience that's translated or digested into the body, but I don't go into deep detail about jealousy. I'd love to go to Alabama, Denmark. I won't be in Denmark, but come to Sweden. Just fly over there. Mikey's not coming with me for the tour. I'm going by myself. Believe it or not, I'm going by myself. Yeah, I'm doing it on my own. I have some people visiting me. Phil Good might visit me in London. Joe Yee's gonna visit me in Amsterdam. I think that's it. Come visit me. Do you get some place in Dublin to stay? Yes, I found a place. I got a hotel. Mikey's my brother who works with me. Come to Philly. Yeah, London's going to be a lot of fun. I was actually just looking at cabins in North Carolina. I'm actually looking at doing like events in an event in Miami and New York City and Nashville. I do want to go to Toronto. The book is intense, isn't it? I don't have any pets. Yeah, no pets. London is sold out, but it's March 19th and 20th. I'll see you in London. No Hawaii. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Love that song. Ain't it some a friend of mine? You from behind. 'Cause I'm going to Carolina in my mind. Conference Center by Marriott Hotel would be perfect. Am I vegan? No. I eat whatever I feel like. I don't eat a lot of animal though. I don't even eat animal if I think about it, but I don't say I'm vegan. Yes, Phil and I are still doing a retreat. And hopefully it will be in, I don't know, maybe May. I won't be doing any other gatherings while I'm there in London, no. Now I'm just answering questions. James Taylor, that's who it is. I was like, wait, who is that? James Taylor. Yeah, London's sold out. Sorry. We got a pretty small event space, so we have 2 nights, but it is sold out. There is a wait list. You can email me. No event on February 5th. What's February 5th? Will the book help you with jealousy? Yeah, the book will help you with all of what you're experiencing. You have to realize that the aspect of you that's experiencing jealousy, right, Jealousy to me has always been an amplification of what my potential is, that I haven't reached yet. So if I'm jealous of someone, right, then essentially what's being shown to me by me is that there are aspects of that person that I am jealous of, or traits that they have, or experiences that they're having, that I too will be stepping into. But because I'm not in it right now, there is this experience or energetic experience that we call jealousy. And the problem with calling it and labeling it jealousy is that there are stories that go along with how we label emotions, right? There are stories that go along with jealousy is not good, supposedly. Who the fuck said that? Who said jealousy isn't good? What if jealousy just is an energy? It doesn't feel good. But when we label it jealousy, okay, then there's all these stories that go along with what jealousy means. And then there's judgment around the fact that you're feeling what humans can call jealous. And then you need to fix or change or get rid of because it's not right. There's something wrong with being jealous. And this is what's so important and powerful about observing what you're experiencing just as the experience. That there's nothing wrong with feeling jealousy. It doesn't feel good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's pointing you back into what you're about to step into or that you will be stepping into. Kind of depends on what you're experiencing as jealousy or what's triggering the jealousy. Just pay attention to how we label an energy, and then the stories that go along with it, and then how there is a right energy and a wrong energy, or a right emotion and a wrong emotion. There's no such thing as right or wrong emotions. There is nothing wrong with feeling jealousy. You're not a bad person for feeling jealousy. If you feel jealousy all day long, okay, so be it. What is the deeper lesson that you're being asked to step into? Do you know how difficult it is to accept and to allow and to feel energies or emotions that we have been taught are bad or wrong? I'm telling you guys, and then I'm going to go. I'm telling you, if you stop trying to fix, change, or get rid of something that you are feeling or thinking, you will step into such a deep state of freedom. I swear to God. I promise you. If you stop judging, which just means that it's a right or a wrong emotion. If you stop judging your emotional states and you start just observing and being in awe and wow of them, especially the uncomfortable ones that you really don't want to feel, those are the biggest teachers. The more uncomfortable it is, the more you don't want to feel it, the deeper it is pulling you into an absolute state of freedom, because you get to be whatever it is that you are being in that moment, because it is not you. None of it is you. It's not you. And so it's allowing you to see all of the attachments that you still have to emotional states that you believe are you, like jealousy. That's not you. You're experiencing jealousy. It's not you. And my God, give yourself jealousy. Who gives a fuck? What does jealousy want to say? Here is the mic. Go ahead. I'm not afraid of you, jealousy. I'm not afraid of you. I respect you. Go to where it's the most uncomfortable. Go to where it's most uncomfortable and go in, because that's the greatest teacher. All right, you guys. I love you. I'm going to go. I don't think I have anything else. It's not me. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you. Insecurity isn't you. Bring it on. Let it be. Is insecurity bad? Why? Why is it bad? There's a story around it. Listen to the story. Give insecurity the microphone. Let it be there. The more you allow all the things you don't think are good or right about you to just be and let them have the microphone and be on stage, the more they are seen, the more they're allowed, and the more you are the observer of everything you're experiencing, and there's a deep, deep state of freedom because you're no longer afraid. You're no longer running from. You're no longer pretending. You're just standing in the fire. And you're realizing that you can't get burned. All right, you guys. Love you. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. I'll save this.